Hello, Meg here from I Teach Stamping, and welcome to today's video tutorial. Someone that follows me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/ITeachStamping, asked me for some help with a back-to-school card. She needed a card for teachers to kind of help kick off the new year right. So that's where the inspiration for this card started. So let's dive right in because this card has a lot going on. The first piece that we have is a piece of Real Red. It's going to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I ran it through the Big Shot using the Stylish Stripes embossing folder. On top of that is going to go a piece of Pacific Point. It's going to be 5 inches by 3 1/4 inches. I'm going to put it so you're not only just going to see that red stripe all the way around. And then we're going to take a piece of Whisper White that's going to be 4 inches by 3 inches. I'm just going to drop it in on an angle. And then I've got from the Polka Dot Parade a piece of the Daffodil Delight polka dot that's going to be 4 inches by 2 inches. Before we go any further, because I have a feeling I'll forget, we're going to take some of the striped grosgrain ribbon, and this is the Real Red, and I'm just going to wrap this around the back of the card. Get that nice and good and secure. Make sure to push in on your mini glue dots. Alright, so that's going to be the top layer. Now we're ready to do some stamping and some punching, and we're going to go crazy. So we're going to start with making our pencils. So you're going to want your word window punch and a whole lot of cardstock. So just pick a color that you want to start with. I will take a piece of Pacific Point, and boom. That's going to be the base for our pencil. Now the next thing you want to do is take some pink Pirouette, and you can slide this in however works best for you. You don't need all of it. That's our eraser. Then I took a piece of Smoky Slate, and I had already done that one like that. And then we need some crumb cake, and an extra piece will work just fine. Liquid glue will definitely be your friend in this process. So let's dive in. We're going to start with this Smoky Slate and my paper snips. I'm just going to cut off a little sliver. The reason to start with the word window punch is because then it's going to be the exact same width for your pencil. I'm going to cut off the tail end on the Pacific Point and put a very thin line of glue right there at the end. And then just put this in place like so. The next thing that we're going to do while that one's getting dry is take a square punch. And I'm just going to notch this out as I go. It doesn't have to be perfect. But then we made the little, you know, the part you get when you sharpen the pencil. I don't know if that's got a technical name or not. But then we're going to take some adhesive here and some here. Let's grab our eraser first. So on our Smoky Slate end, that's where our eraser is going to be. And then our crumb cake end will be for our pencil top. And you can use this as the word window to get the same width, but for this last step I think it's pretty easy to just take your scissors and trim. So try not to get this to move. You want to let the glue dry first, but I don't want to wait. Okay, so we've got this, and we're just going to cut this into a little point. And then all you have to do is take your black marker and put the lead at the top. I mean, that's how easy, right? And super cute. So I'm going to kind of gently slide this out of the way and let it get good and dry. And we'll keep on going in just a second. Let me clean up my mess. For our sentiment, we're kind of cheating a little bit. Rather than saying, you know, back to school or something like that, I'm going to use Happy New Year. To me, it's the start of a new year. It's the start of a school year, so why not? We're going to be using from the Christmas Messages this fabulous stamp here. And I've got the Real Red marker. You want to make sure you're using the brush end of your marker. And I am just going to ink up the Happy New Year. So this stamp is getting used a whole lot sooner in the year than I thought it would be. Alright, so once that's good and dry, just grab an extra piece of Whisper White cardstock that you have. Then you want to give it what I call the breath of life. Just hold it up to your mouth and go, make the little Darth Vader sound, and that's going to re-moisten up that ink so that you don't have to be in a hurry to ink it up to begin with. But then it's going to re-moisten it, ready to stamp, you're ready to go. I'm going to use the Artisan Label Punch to punch that out, and I'm going to layer it onto a piece of Pacific Point that I used the decorative label punch on. And just put that right in the center. Let's bring in our card front. Just going to center it on that ribbon. Then I've done these in several different colors, our little pencils. Decide what color that you want to use, and I'm going to use dimensionals for this. And this is when I love the edges. It's perfect. So I'm going to use one of the red pencils. You can't see it, but I've got one right here. Peel these off. And there we have that. You can also do the yellow. Ooh, I might want the yellow. I'm going to stick with red for right now. Okay, so we've got those. Now let's go ahead and bring in the 10-second bow maker and some more of this fabulous Real Red ribbon. And I'm just going to tie a single knot, or a single bow, I mean, and grab my ribbon scissors. Grab a mini glue dot. Drop that in place, kind of adjust my tails the way I want. And now let's bring in the base of our cards. The base of our card is going to be Daffodil Delight 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. And this cutie patootie little card front is just going to drop right into the center. How precious is this? It's even better if it's in the center. There we go. Alright, now let's turn our attention to the inside, because I'm sure you're wondering why we made all these extra pencils. So the inside, I just put in a piece of Whisper White 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and kind of scoot some of this out of the way. Then I'm just going to take these extra little pencils and have them at the bottom. You can put as many as you want, or as few as you want. And then there you go. How cute is this card? So I hope you liked learning the punch art for this, and I hope you liked the card in general. I hope that this meets the needs of my Facebook fan. If you want to join me on Facebook, go to facebook.com/ITeachStamping and be sure to like my page. If you like this video, like it below, and also be sure to share it with your friends. Once again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and have a great day.